Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Leroy Gankins here once again, coming at you with another Spectate game. Today, we're spectating SKT T1's jungler, Oner. He's playing Lee Sin today. Let's go ahead and break down the runes as the game starts here. He's got Triumph, he's got Conquer coming out. Sorry, he's got Triumph next, Legend Alacrity, Coup de Grace, Magical Footwear, and Cosmic Insight. He's got the value runes running in the secondary tree. And he's running attack speed, AD, and armor this game. Let's see how it pans out. He's playing against Jarvan. I think Jarvan is a really low execution ceiling champ. He can really get in there. He loves to kind of set plays for his team, especially if he can actually influence a lane. Looking at the lane matchups here, Ziggs, Silas. I think Ziggs just kind of farms and Silas roams if he can. Not super big on fighting there. Bot lane is Lucian, Nami against Jhin, Brand. Now, if you watch the last Spectate game that I did, I talked a little bit about Lucian Nami lanes, or Lucian in general. He's really strong with enchanter supports, and I think it really can dominate the lane. Now, depends on if Brand can land some value spells and get some value bounces from Jhin as far as the early game, but either way, I think the Lucian can really put down some damage if he plays his cards right. Top lane is Rumble into Tahm Kench. I think Tahm Kench just kind of survives, and then Rumble becomes a team fight menace. I kind of like Red's like team comp better, just like as a whole, but we'll see how the game plays out. We have Lee Sin Oner here, starting on his blue buff with a leash from Tahm Kench. We have Jarvan starting leashless, it seems. Gonna go straight into the Gromp. Lanes are gonna play out normally. Leashless Jaforvin doesn't really have any kind of a problem. Jarvan actually clears really fast as well. He's already on his Raptor camp, gonna clear that very fast, and then we have Lee Sin about to clear up his Gromp. So we can go to the Jaforvin. He's about to clear up the Raptors here. Gonna go straight into his Wolves. Probably just gonna do a normal sequencing pattern. We could have a scrap in the bot lane. As far as what bot lane should have prio here, yeah, definitely the Brand wave, because he can just W or either wave, and then it's just kind of uncontested as far as like the wave shove goes. And we have Jarvan actually skipping his buff and his Wolves just to come straight bot lane. Gonna go ahead and auto up the Jhin, get the passive proc on there. Gonna EQ over to the Brand, get sums transferred. Jaforvin actually gets the first blood, blows Summoner's bot lane. All of them blown. Jhin baiting. Ooh, getting in there with the Lee Sin. The Lee Sin actually is going to one-tap the Lucian and then straight onto the Nami. Ziggs did not need a TP here. Could have just stayed mid, but is there for the security. And now we have Lee Sin just going straight to his red buff. Oner there, reacting to the place, seeing Jarvan, knowing that he can come in contest if it's an extended trade, and that it is. Bot lane actually trades back very heavily and very easily onto the Jarvan that just commits straight for the play. So kind of an overextend there. You are level 2 Jarvan. You do have a lot of setup, but if your team is a second away catching the wave with their turret, you do have to kind of respect that. Jaforvin's doing his blue buff. I'm gonna have a tussle over the scuttle. I would just let this go unless Lucian actually comes here. You do have the backup from Silas coming mid. Red team's here as a cohesive unit, so Jarvan gets a Scuttle Crab. Can go ahead and transition to the other Scuttle Crab as well. Oner is going to look for his Krugs now. Bot lane's going to go fall back to lane assignments, and we have Jaforvin going straight to the other Scuttle for an advantage over Oner. But Oner did get a kill and an assist. He is not going to go for the Scuttle Crab. Oh, okay. I was about to say. There's no reason for him not to go this here. He has advantage from his top laner, even if Tahm Kench does end up coming, it's fine. They do see him on this. We all know he's on this. Lee Sin's looking for a play bot lane, perhaps. These players are not scared to push their mechanical prowess and just dive level 3. It is not forbidden here, as Lee Sin just comes along, pushes bot lane off of the wave. They have to leave because they're stepping up to the attempt. Bot lane misses off this giant CS wave. Brandon gets traded on, almost dies with the flash E for Lee Sin. We got the TP coming in from Rumble. Blue team does have to kind of peel off here. Rumble just disintegrating Jhin for the shutdown gold. Lucian flashing over the wall, getting the kill onto the Brand. Lee Sin trying to push forward, cannot find it, ends up killing as well. Oner Oner and his team just kind of overcommitting, getting clapped back, kind of like the Jarvan did when he overextended. But all in all, not too bad. We have the Jarvan just sequencing now. Oner going to go to his top side. Dragon is up. We can kind of play around this. I think what the play is look for next Skull Crab and see what we can do for that. Bot lane's going to reset probably after this wave bounces. We have Oner doing his Wolves, going to go into his Raptors, it looks like. Maybe look for another bot play, trying to get the objective of the Dragon, because that is what... Oh, sorry. That is what is currently to be done on the map, because there's no Rift Herald up. Let's see here. Bot lane, they're bot lane back, so like there's nothing for this to do here. They are freezing the wave and setting up for a possible another Lee Sin play. Jarvan sees this, he's coming down straight, as well as sequencing his camp, so he's probably going to sequence, going to go straight to this if they don't just break the freeze and then do this. But looks like Jin's going to get the solo XP. Brent's going to go on adventure with Lee Sin. Could look for a play in the jungle. Got to be careful though. Sauce can peel off, and their bot lane's coming back. You know this. You have to be careful. Sauce is here. Oner overcommitting a little bit. Can I get the W on the Brand? The Brand is now caught here. Gets the bubble off from the Nami. Instantly kills. If you get caught with the bubble, especially with the Lucian passive, you are just going to die. Get the EQ on the Lee Sin. Trades back some damage on the Jarvan. Actually gets the Q execute. Ziggs now in a position for his life. Actually ends up killing the Lucian for the shutdown. Tom Kinch comes in as well. TPs for his team. Cannot find the W off, but now they can peel off to the Dragon. You do lose some top plates for that. Get some chunk on the Salas, but all in all, we get the Dragon. We win the skirmish. I, again, think that was an overcommit from blue side, but it actually ends up working out for them because their team played cohesively, and Rumble did not have TP advantage. Advantage for blue side. This game's actually kind of even. As we see the gold graph up above, they don't go for the Drake. Instead, they just decide to clown mid. This is the classic solo queue play. I think they can just do the Drake here, but end up just going to feed over some kills to the enemy red team. Sauce does have to be careful though. Can just die. Brand's coming to help clear the wave if he can. Then we have the 1v1 in the bot lane. Lucian versus Jhin. Lucian does have 24 CS at 7 minutes, by the way. This is one of those kind of games. Oh, very low CS. Like, that's the whole thing of the season, right? Low CS, we just clown all the time. Whoever wins, wins. That just means that Worlds is going to be really bloody. Going to go to directed camera here as Lee Sin just decides to go at it. We have the exhaust coming down from the Jhin, going to just outright kill the Lucian with his flash there. Is done. Gets the heal from the Lucian as well. Gonna go back to the directed camera. Gonna push out bot lane. Gonna get that. We have Oner just farming his top side right now. There's nothing really on the map to do. Bot lane looking to get some plates. Nami playing a little afraid here. Gonna go back to our boy Oner, as he could look to do the Rift Herald here. This is his spectate after all. Could go and do the Rift Herald. Got to be careful though, because they do have the Skull Crab Vision. Jarvan is playing around here. Might just not look for it though. Depends if Tom Kent shows himself on this. He sure does, and so does Lee Sin. They know they're doing it now. Rumble does have Equalizer for this play if they decide to go for it. An Equalizer with Jaforvin's Cataclysm can just seal doom for this duo right here. Moreover, in the form of Lee Sin. Tom Kent's a little bit too tanky. Jarvan goes over the wall just to see. Rumble's getting prio in his lane, so he's not going to play. So he's not going to play with his team. So he just leaves. Ends up getting the plate money as well. Can just leave out. Goes to Kessa Wave. We have a now Rift Herald advantage for blue side. If they actually use this for a great potential, maybe a turret mid, because we do have a Ziggs that can just W the turret and blow it the fuck up. Going toward the Drake now, it seems. We have blue team just looking to skirmish. We have Oner going to his Raptors. Ziggs clearing it out. We have a Scuffle top lane. Nothing really is going to go off of that. Lucian, again, getting 1v1'd for his life. Without the Enchantress to pop your passive, you really cannot have any kind of early game power unless you're really, really fed. But when they're on almost even terms, actually it's favor of Jhin by about 1,000 gold due to the various kills and farm that he has accrued. Top lane is nothing. We're going to go see what's happening down here. We have Oner looking for a play for his team. Kind of on the backside of this. Red's cutting him off. Ziggs is just going to almost insta-kill the Nami with the ulti, which is kind of nuts. Trades on the damage. Gets the kill on the Jarvan. Brand and Lee Sin damage is quite insane. Nami has a flash away without getting autoed. They're going to peel off. Probably can get the Drake here now for free. You do have advantage as far as your bot side comes with your jungler also having his ultimate ability, but Dragon is just not the play. They don't want that objective whatsoever. They want to look for blood. They want to clown. Oner knows. Ooh, if he actually lands that Q, I think he just one-tap solution with his R. I'm not going to lie to you. That's kind of insane. Oner going to now peel off. We have the top lane just surviving POV. Kinch just trying to not get burned down for all of his health. Rumble over here trying to make some catfish broil. Nothing going to happen out of it, though. We have the blue team setting up with the Rift Herald here. We got the Satchel charge coming out from Ziggs. They get the mid turret very easily. Silas has to back and just give this up. They're going to get the second charge off on the mid lane turret. Jarvan looking for some booty as they get some catfish top lane. They actually get the tier 2 mid there. That's kind of not good at all. Holy shit. And they get bot turret as well. Man, so they're prioritizing their top. Like, their top laner has a lot of gold, has this power spike coming with the Jarvan Cataclysm. Jhin opens up on the Lucian, but at a weird angle, so he can't actually kill him, which is just fine. Lucian can now farm as best as he can. They're going to make this wave stick here for a little bit because Lucian's kind of in the struggle bus zone with only 40 farm at 12 minutes. Oner goes to his Raptors. Brand going to look for the vision control again. Probably going to ping his Lee Sin to try and help here. There is pink wards already set up. Red team's moving into this area before blue team can. Ooh, thought that was going to reset there for a second, but actually the bleed kills it. Oner going to go on the Silas here. Chunks him for a little bit of his health, but nothing too big going to come out of it. Red team's going to get the dragon. Oner's going to go toward top side. They're going to split the map here. Now, red team can just prioritize the bot side turret here if they want. Lucian can get some nice farm. Blue side can then do the opposite, but for the top lane to do the equalized trade. Jin's already on the shove. There is no shove bot lane. This is kind of a clown play. They're looking for either a 5v5 with their ultimates. Ziggs ulti chunks out 2 people, but that's going to be healed up from Nami, no doubt. Blue team looking to possibly engage on this 5-man stack team. We have Kinch coming up from the bottom lane. We have Jarvan flash cataclysming the Brand, and they end up just killing him. Nami almost dies as well. They actually get out of that relatively okay, but all their health bars are low. Red team's looking to engage on the backside of this. Silas ends up stealing the Lee Sin R. We get the engage from Kinch, but it is just not enough. There was no damage to follow up because the Lee Sin was on the other side of the team fight as well, dealing with Silas. So the bottom lane duo can just lay down the gat. Not the culling that was used on the Brand, but just their auto attacks with a enhanced passive. Ziggs looking to just poke out the enemy team here. Trying to lay their backs. We have Oner topside. Jhin was still topside that entire play too. That's why that play went as well as it did, I think, for red side. If Jhin was a part of that kind of squad, not saying he should have been. I think this was the correct play. He should have just got the tower plates. Like, that's, we have all tower plates down in every lane now. We have a 2k gold lead almost for our boys in blue. Ziggs gonna go ahead and pull up the Skull Crab. We have Oner just chilling. Ziggs gonna take away his blue, rightfully so. Gonna go ahead and move to the next stage of the game where they probably set up for some barrack control. We have the next dragon up in, oh, I didn't set the timers, but there's the timers. We have the next dragon up in 3 minutes. Be teams coming in to see what's popping. Ooh. Just a poke being laid down. Red side team seems to be wanting to death ball again, and then blue side's going to be ready for it this time. It's going to be a 5v5 brawl. They have to be careful. If red team ends up getting caught out in any kind of skirmish here, that could be just very unfortunate. Lucian has to expend his flash. Ooh, my lord! Can we see that one more time? Can we jump that back real quick? Watch this engage right here. Oh my lord. Wait, what is this? Hello? Did I break the replay? I'm gonna be so sad if I broke the replay. Hold up. Okay, cool. All right, so just watch this Lee Sin here. He's gonna get the Q on the Lucian, gonna go trade his health. He gets snared as well. They lay down the Zigzag. He has to expend flash. Goes ahead and gets the kick on the Rumble to stop the Lucian Culling, stunning him up and getting the last shot from Jin. Insane. So Lucian's actually in a bad spot. We get the exhaust coming down from Size, which cuts his damage. He can't insta-give the brand any longer. We have Lee Sin and Jin going on the backside of this fight, but we still have a full health Ziggs just shitting on the enemy team as well. They actually get the Jin's shutdown gold there. I'm just gonna go look for the Rift Herald as Ziggs goes and farms the enemy jungle with Tomkin. That team fight was played disgustingly well from the entire form of Jin and Lee Sin with Ziggs on the side, just laying down that team. Like that was such coordination, and then Brand cucking the Solace damage so he couldn't just insta-kill and go on to the next target. Just insane. Just insane. Lucian here trying to be a bush Wookiee, but he has to be careful. Brand will, in fact, slap him in the mouth. He will slap that motherfucker right upside the head, I think. Not saying he'll kill him, but we'll lay down some damage. There's Chilling now. Looking for the next stage of the game. Dragon's up in 1 minute. Rift Herald is a playable on the map. So here's the thing with the Rift Herald, right? You can very easily break open any kind of turret with Ziggs alone. However, now that you have Rift Herald, you can easily break open whatever inhibs you want as well. So if Red Team now loses this position in a much more favorable fight for blue side, then it could spell doom for the game. The game still in favor of blue side anyway, but relatively not too bad in the state. We have Oner getting the Scuttle Crab, seeing a vision control for the Drake. Both teams are starting to death ball again. We have Lucian just farming top lane though, so they do have to be kind of careful. Respect this side of the jungle. They just do have to, they have to concede. Get some poke damage down on the Jarvan. We have the Jarvan actually going in without his team. Thinks he can 1v1 the Jin. Jin shows him that he is just not that kind of guy. Gets the insect play from the Rumble. Rumble now gonna smoke on his entire team. Lee Sin actually just dies with that as well. You put yourself too far in, you cannot do it. They actually get the kills on the backside though. Pushing. They do have Tom Kinch and Brand here still up. It's only a 1-for-3 trade. So even though that Lee Sin was really deep in there, it was only a 1-for-3 trade. So they only got Lee Sin. The rumble damage was just not enough to smoke down the squishies. That they can pull off to the Drake. Do have to be careful though. The Jarvan is now back up. So is Oner. Both of the junglers are going to move straight there as fast as they can. Blue side can actually set up some traps here with Ziggs, but they have Ziggs TP. Ziggs is gonna back, gonna go ahead and catch out the Jarvan. Jarvan has to flash. He is already chunked out low as health. So that just means they concede the Drake. If they try and fight this, they will just lose, I think. Yep. Jarvan goes in to try and find the Tom Kinch, ends up just getting smacked in the mouth. Sauce goes with the hero play as well, just dies to the Jin damage. Tom Kinch going in to excel the fight. We have Rumble on the backside though, gets the equalizer damage out on the Jin. This is a two-pronged fight. Rumble in the back cannot actually do anything as long as Tom Kinch zones. We have Ziggs actually went toward the top side to get more turret plays. This is a solo queue fucking game right here. And then Rumble just dies in one shot from the damage between Lee Sin, Brand, and Tom Kinch. Just cannot contest with it. Tom Kinch would like some help from his buddy as Lee Sin just pushes the bot lane. We have Ziggs alley-ooping over my boy Jarvan's Cataclysm. Size coming in for the free goal he's about to collect. The shutdown coming on the Ziggs. Should have just got the tower and left, but he decided to get the chunk out on the inhibitor turret as well. They're just pushing their leads forward. They're not stopping to farm their own jungle. They're not, you know, just looking to stall or go for the, wait for the next objective. They're just looking to push the monumental lead that they have right now for the next stage of the game. Lee Sin places down a Rift Herald. Snow has his ward charges back for the ward hops. We're going to go ahead and steal up the bot side entirety of the jungle. Does have the backup for his team here as well. Jarvan's going to farm what he can. It's going to be the top side. Jarvan kind of looking the struggle bus route this game. Oner is having the time of his life. Playing these team fights very efficiently as well. He is just very, very strong as a champion. Jarvan looking to get the Skull Crab. Blue still does have control in this area, but there's no fear at all. Lee Sin overstays as well and gets smoked on by the Equalizer and Rumble combo. Could have actually killed the Rumble though if he didn't have Hourglass. Rumble Hourglasses kills him straight up with the sauce back up there. Blue now kind of has to play a little bit back because Oner did just run it straight into Rumble's mouth. Rumble's very strong, Sauce is very strong, of course. Like, Lucian can still lay down a lot of damage if given the time. He is 4k gold behind Jhin though, so like, if they don't insta-give the Jhin, it's kind of doomed. They have to insta-give the Jhin, and then Oner has to not one-tap someone for red team to win right now. They're 6k gold behind. Oner going Hex Drinker, going to build into the Maul Malmortius, no doubt. For the insane amount of damage that Silas, Rumble, and Nami can put out all on their own. Ooh, the alley-oop comes through, breaking the Jarvan Cataclysm out. Equalizer gets laid down, but not enough damage to be laid down. Silas is not on the back end of this fight. He is topside. Both teams are going to look to group and death ball now, but majority of the cooldowns are now used. Blue team's going to peel off. Still looking very, very healthy. Lucian gats backwards, if you can see that animation. That's kind of funny. Been looking to find some quick damage there. Them. They're just going to set up control more here on this blue side. Red team looking to just get what they can. As Jarvan goes in for the EQ, not going to get anything because he could not stop the animation. They're actually going to chunk out the Jarvan, going to almost one-shot the Brand ulti, raking havoc in the team, getting the passive procs off. The burn damages too much. They have to back off here. Jhin is not here, but they just do not need him for this fight. They already have their poke damage down to get whatever control they want. They can just peel off to the Baron here if they so desire. It's being pinged. They're not wanting to risk it for the biscuit because Rumble does have Equalizer back up. He actually just uses it to try and one-shot the Brand, but cannot get the ticks that he needs. Only hits the Night Harvester proc +1. Silas almost getting insta-give by the entire Ziggs combo there, however. Wish I could zoom out more. It's very sad. I'm gonna switch to the team fight mode here. The entire range advantage that blue side has here is actually very disgusting for red team to deal with. If Jarvan cannot get a good setup Cataclysm with a Rumble Equalizer, this game is just unplayable for the enemy team. Jarvan just going in like that over and over again, though, is just not what they need. Ooh, Tompkins saves Lee Sin's life. He's going to look for the Q, misses it just barely on the Salas. Salas still 1% HP, has to go home. Ziggs trying his best to throw away the skills. They're just throwing in sums now. Their massive gold leads just smacking the enemy team in the face, as well as their Jarvan just repeatedly getting these bad engages off. There hasn't been that big wombo that we talked about though, right? Well, with the Jarvan Cataclysm into the Rumble Equalizer into Silas's AoE damage. He can even steal the Ziggs R and then have that massive burst, or the Brand R. All you need is one, at least 3-man Cataclysm with the Rumble Equalizer, and at least you blow sums, if not just get kills with it. Like, that is just not happening. We have some very mistimed engages going off in the red team. They're just kind of desperate. Does not get the stun off on the Tompkins to stop the W animation. They will just leave this. Red team tries to set up control in the area, but they just do have to concede because Jarvan's top side kind of tilted, I think. They're just going to give the objective nothing they can fight anyway, I think. They cannot insta-gib the Solace. The Rumble Equalizer coming down to zone even more. Ooh. Red team fighting back with shots of their own. We still have the Brand damage laying it down, though. If Jarvan was there, that could have been a really, really good team fight for them as well. But, of course, he just not playing with his team. Oner's team is playing miraculously together. We have the Tom Kinch, which isn't doing like best scoreline wise, but he's doing his job as the frontline tank piece, trying to look a little juicy as best he can. We have the Jarvan thinking he can 1v1 the Jhin again, but I promise you this does not bode well, even though you have Nami in your back pocket. God, please, please, Jarvan, what is wrong with you? We have the Flash coming out from the Lucian to secure the kill as well. The Jarvan just needs to stop inting. The guy is just too tilted from this game. Jhin is just too fat for him. Has to just play with his team. Just lay down the Cataclysm with 2 to 3 members with the Rumble Equalizer. That is the play here. We have the Sauce combo coming down. The Ziggs bombs though, just too much damage for him. He gets the Lee Sin kick off. Gonna get the Q. Oh man, the Sauce is just pro dodging Lee Sin Qs, but will fall nonetheless to the ward hop and autos. They do have Baron pressure now if they so desire. We get the Banshee's Veil off from Rumble. Ooh! Nami almost just dies from the Ziggs ult again. The Horizon focus really sets up a lot of damage with that, with the Luden's proc. Blue team just gonna go ahead and go off for the Baron. We have Jarvan missing his EQ once again. Rumble Cataclysm just helping them do Baron. Red team is just showing that their mastery on their champions is just not there, as the blue team just kind of sets up and opens up fire. Yeah, Jhin is just too fucking monstrous at this stage too, hitting his shots on his R. You get the fucking insect play. I'd say insect, it was just kicking him sideways from the Lee Sin. Blue team just sweeps the red team after that really piss poor engage, and then them still standing around after blowing all of their ultimates. Just insane. Oner and his team is just going to clean up here. We have the Jhin looking absolutely colossal, but also Oner doing very well himself. The surrender comes out from the red side. I do not blame them. I do not blame them. That game was very disgraceful. They had a 10k gold lead, the blue side did, and it was all because of the turret pressure. They got all the turret plates early game in every single lane, and 2 of those were double stacked on Jhin, with 1 stacked on Ziggs and Lee Sin. So, like, just that amount of damage, wherever Jhin went, he won. And then, of course, you have Jhin getting funneled gold by not only the Lucian, but also the Jarvan there as well, thinking that he can just 1v1 him, not knowing that Jhin actually had a Giga Magnum Dong in his back pocket, just slapping him in the face with it every time he fucking tried to cataclysm him. So again, red team could have won this, I think, very easily. We just need a better 2v2 setup. We also actually need to get the Wombo off from the Cataclysm, even though they do have some mobile, options as far as like Lee Sin and Ziggs getting out of it. We saw Ziggs alley-oop out of that Jarvan Cataclysm several times, but this was not enough from the Jarvan, I mean, to just play with his team. He actually mental boomed, I think. But yeah, that was us spectating SKT T1's Oner, even though that was kind of the Jhin show as well. That, like, the Jhin popped the fuck off. Oner did very well as well. He had so many good team fights, especially with like that one team fight middle where he kicked the Rumble into the Lucian to stop the Lucian R, and knocking him up right past the Rumble and just fucking getting the last Jhin shot in his mouth. Oh, what a setup. What a setup. Plus, Ziggs ulti coming from down fucking town. Man, just insane play from the blue side here, like in this game in total. Really, really good. Tom Kinch just playing the survive lane as well. Rumble had a lot of resources too, but just again, couldn't pull out the Wombo. That's all it was. If you guys like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. You guys blew the last video up, and I cannot thank you enough for that. Also, if you guys want to see any kind of content, either league related or non-league related, please put it down in the comments below, and I'll get that to you guys as fast as possible. Thanks for watching, guys. Much love. See you next time.